It's a phenomenal conference. It's such a way to rub elbows with similar-minded people. There's so many of us who want to explore new horizons, who want to look for benefits culturally, financially around the world, where you're treated best, as Mr. Henderson always says. And this is a great place to do that. There's tremendous content from the stage, but the ability to network with like-minded people, to start putting pieces together to how you form your own future forward in a nomad lifestyle, the conference can't be beat for that. It's worth its weight in gold.
Amazing energy, amazing crowd. Andrew and his team done an amazing job planning this, and it's incredible to see so many like-minded people coming to a weekend in Playa del Carmen.
This is a very great conference. I've had a great time, have learned a lot. Came down here with certain expectations, they were exceeded. Had a lot of great speakers. It was really worth the time and effort.
Yes, a lot of open-minded people, and so yeah, I think everybody who is joining this group and this conference is already a little bit different than the average people, and I think that makes the whole idea of meeting these people very interesting. So a lot of connecting, talking, what business are you doing, and of course, yeah, I'm really happy to join maybe the next conference.
Yeah, it's been a really great event. It's really nice to be with a bunch of other people that are really chasing after the same things as I am. Everybody looking for different things, and so it's been interesting to see what some people are looking for versus others. Very information-dense event. It's got something for everyone. I think that you have to come into it kind of understanding some of the things you want to go after, because there's really a lot of information there. Well, of course, I think everybody loves to see Robert Kiyosaki. He's affected so many people's lives in a positive way, so it's sort of really fun to get to meet an idol for most people. But I think in general, for me personally, I love the travel aspect in general. It's not necessarily that I'm trying to get away from anything as much as I'm just trying to discover new places. And so this allows me the opportunity to sort of open my eyes to maybe some other corners of the earth that I haven't been to, and some other potential business opportunities in those places that I might not have ever suspected were possible. I think some people might say to themselves, I already got the information last time, so why would I come again? But if I came again, which I would come again, coming again, I would really want to network. This is a great networking event. You could come 10 times and meet a whole new group of people. I have probably added 10 people to my Rolodex that I'm absolutely going to follow up with and probably try and have dinners with, because this is really a great group of people who have common interests.
Meeting people always opens another door, So we had hundreds of people from all around the world, and it was really interesting to meet each one of them to see what field they're working in and their profession. And we got doctors, we got lawyers, we got all the finance guys, so it was very interesting. The Bitcoin Jesus was very interesting.
I had a wonderful time here at the Nomad Capitalist Live Conference. I met so many interesting entrepreneurial people interested in second citizenships and minimizing their taxes, and just been a fantastic group of people and a fantastic week. I talked about my own experience being a former American who's renounced my citizenship. I have multiple passports. I have a visa for the US now, and traveling the world using Bitcoin Cash and cryptocurrency to live my life. Here at Nomad Capitalist Live, there were so many fantastic people from all around the world. Literally, I think just about every continent in the world had people here, and they're all smart, interesting people, interested in free thinking ideas and exploring businesses and capitalism and that sort of thing. So I really recommend, if you're interested in second passports, this is great. If you're interested in just expanding your networking opportunities with like-minded individuals, this is also fantastic.
I believe we delivered a lot of valuable content, not just today, but in the upcoming days there will be more.
So Roger was very compelling. I last saw him speak at Decentralized in Athens in 2018. and the whole Bitcoin alternative assets space has changed a lot since then. He had a big smile on his face, obviously, where it's gone since 2018. But I think a combination of Robert Kiyosaki, probably Doug Casey. Doug Casey's always sort of the wildest and most evocative of speakers. So they're a whole mix of people. So they've come from all over the world to be at this conference, and yeah, they're very globally minded, independence-minded people, freedom-seeking people. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've already signed up for the mailing list for next year.
The conference has been wonderful, really actually a bit more than I expected. The quality of the presentations and the knowledge of all the presenters has been really great, and also the guests have been phenomenal. I've had great conversations with everyone throughout the conference, and I've really enjoyed that. Well, there's really a variety, but that's what I actually like. I don't know if there's a specific speaker, but I loved learning about all the different countries, the different opportunities out there. For myself, I'm interested in crypto, and I've been stock and options trading. So I'm really interested in the implications and going forward and really thinking from a global mindset. Absolutely, I'd highly recommend it. I mean, I had a great time. I think you'll see that most everyone did here. They really enjoyed it.
Well, it was a very lively crowd, really nice people, the really genuine one. It's not just usual this nosy, snobbish international gatherings, or just people coming somewhere just for holidays and just for fun and just as a formal reason having a conference. No, these are people who are really engaged, involved, real doers, people who are self-made, you can see it. And it's always such a pleasure to see such people in one room. So I really liked it. I mean, and I don't say it always.
Well, I think what's great about the event, you've got great people. Robert Kiyosaki came. The first thing he said was, what a great group of people. It's the biggest group of people we've had in any kind of live event. I think probably the biggest in the entire industry. But what's really great is I see people taking notes. I see people getting excited. I see really a full room. And you go to many of these conferences and people are emptying out. You'll have a 1/3 full room, 1/2 full room. People want to hear one thing, not another. People here are really absorbing everything, which is fantastic because there's been so much information. I'm giving the macro view. I'm saying, today we're talking about opportunities and we're going to overwhelm you with things you can do. And here's why that matters. And then it's really exciting to have all the members of our team, of our network, people we've flown in from all over the world, to be able to share their ideas and get really laser focused. So it's really been a great time, and love seeing people interacting with each other, really making a lot of new contacts, but also really absorbing a lot of information.
Mostly philosophical issues, because people don't talk enough about the underlying philosophy of being an international man and the proper attitude to adopt if you're going to be an international man. The people in this audience were at the top of, way over on one side of the bell curve. They're much more sophisticated than your average bear out there. But even then, I found that they didn't really know too much about being international. I think it's needed. Perhaps you guys will do that in the future.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, we are already looking. We were hoping that they were going to release an announcement of where it's going to be, but we will never miss another one. Yeah. It is hands down the best conference we've come to with real life practical information that you won't find anywhere else. You know, the YouTube videos and the information that you get on Facebook and online is just skims the surface, and here you really get the details that you're looking for to actually implement real life strategies to move forward in your own lives.
And just networking with like-minded people has been amazing.
Actually, for me, that has been the best thing, hands down, is meeting so many people and understanding what they are doing to improve their financial futures and to protect their families and to look for better tax savings around the world. And really, they always say it's the event after the event. You know, it's around the pools, it's around dinner, it's around cocktails. You become like a family by the end of the conference, and now we have friends all over the world that we will not lose touch with.
Exactly.
Well, what I talked about in my opening night speech was I gave a little bit of information, some lighthearted, about the founding and the evolution of Nomad Capitalist. And then Andrew asked me to talk a little bit about why we have not necessarily moved outside the United States. I went through the various reasons, and I think the principal reason that I gave was that I didn't have a lot of information when we started thinking about this 25 years ago. I didn't have a Nomad Capitalist. And now I've got somebody who's blazed the trail, so there's no excuse going forward. You've got somebody that's been to over 100 countries, has associates in the law and accounting and real estate, what have you, in several different countries and different regions around the world. So he's done the work for you, so there's no excuse. And then lastly, I talked a little bit about where I see the United States in particular, and the Western world in general, today, where it's headed. I talked a little bit about the concept of the fourth turning from the book, The Fourth Turning, written almost 25 years ago. And how we're at a dangerous stage where everything, and to my mind, everything in the United States and frankly in the legacy brand countries is up for grabs. Culturally, economically, anything could happen from here. And I talked about the fact then, to conclude, you need to be nimble, you need to be quick. Remember, Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, that this is the time for choosing in the early part of the 2020s. Whatever choice you make today is going to be profoundly affecting the rest of your life. And you need to do it wisely. Maybe use a trifecta approach that Andrew talks about. You put your foot in the shallow end, you go to 2 or 3 different places, make a decision on where you might want to stay a little bit more permanently. But the time for choosing is now. And in essence, that's what I talked about on my opening night speech.